Let's list off NFL Week 1's top 10 takeaways. Starting us off, it's the same old Panthers with Baker Mayfield leading the charge. Baker Mayfield isn't saving Matt Rule and the Carolina Panthers. That's among the biggest takeaways from NFL Week 1 action. Taking on his former Cleveland Browns team with Jacoby Brissett under center, Mayfield saw his Panthers fall down 20-7 after 3 quarters. While Mayfield did lead a tremendous comeback with 17 points on 3 consecutive fourth-quarter drives, it simply was not enough for Carolina to come out on top. Up next, Patrick Mahomes does not miss Tyreek Hill. The shocking offseason trade of Tyreek Hill to the conference rival Miami Dolphins seemingly left Mahomes without a ton of weapons to work with moving forward. If what we saw from Mahomes in a blowout 44-21 road win over the Arizona Cardinals is any indication, he'll be just fine. Up next, the Indianapolis Colts put on a troubling performance. The good news, Matt Ryan and his Indianapolis Colts overcame a 20-3 fourth-quarter deficit by scoring 17 unanswered points and forcing overtime. The bad news, Indianapolis ended NFL Week 1 with an ugly 20-20 tie against the hapless Houston Texans. It was, by all accounts, a disastrous performance. Up next, Kevin O'Connell has the Minnesota Vikings looking legit. Culture change, an offense that's friendly to quarterback Kirk Cousins, a renewed focus on defense after struggles in that regard last season. Either way we spin it, these are not the Mike Zimmer-led Minnesota Vikings. That came out in droves as Minnesota disposed of the division rival Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Up next, Joe Burrow's many mistakes should be of concern to the Bengals. Burrow was sacked a whopping 7 times while finding himself hit 11 times in 66 dropbacks. It led to mistake after mistake from the former Heisman winner, including 5 total turnovers. It also led to Cincinnati losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime despite dominating statistically. Up next, the 49ers must fix their offensive line issues. It's going to be a season-long issue unless the 49ers front office opts to find outside upgrades. With 3 new starters on the interior of the offensive line, 2 of which had not started a pro game ahead of NFL Week 1, it's not a great situation for a young quarterback to be in. That's the reality of the situation. Up next, the New England Patriots suffer an ugly defeat. A strip sack of Mac Jones midway through the second quarter turned this one into a 10-0 game when Miami returned it for a touchdown. After New England was forced to punt on its next possession, the Dolphins drove the ball down the field 92 yards, culminating in a 42-yard touchdown strike from Tua Tagovailoa to Jalen Waddle with 18 seconds left in the half, pretty much ending this one. Up next, a new-look New York Giants team. When first-year Giants head coach Brian Daboll was seen berating Daniel Jones on the sideline following an ugly interception late in the fourth quarter, it seemed to be much of the same for the downtrodden Giants. Instead, Jones led New York to a comeback win while relying on the brilliance of running back Saquon Barkley. Up next, the Cowboys suffer a disastrous opener. Even before Dak Prescott went down with a hand injury late in the fourth quarter, it became clear that this season's iteration of the Cowboys offense was not comparable to what we saw during the 2021 campaign. Dallas didn't score a single point after opening the game with a field goal. Prescott was not his normal self either. And finally, the Green Bay Packers let Aaron Rodgers down. Among the top storylines heading into NFL Week 1 was the Green Bay Packers wide receiver group. 2-time reigning NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers even drew some flack during the summer by calling out his young pass catchers. With Allen Lazard sidelined to injury Sunday against the Vikings, these issues were magnified further. Rookie wide receiver Christian Watson beat Patrick Peterson deep on the Patriots' first offensive play of the game. It looked to be a surefire touchdown. That's when the youngster simply dropped a dime from Rodgers.